Coming up on today's show, Media City in Salford prepares for large crowds as Tommy Robinson and his supporters plan a demonstration against the BBC.
I'll start with asking you to make your plans for February 23rd to be in Manchester. In Salford, sorry. Outside the BBC.
A pioneering scheme at Salford Royal that hopes using an app will cut hospital waiting times. St Andrew's Church in Eccles transforms to an art and social club for the elderly every week. Hello and welcome to Salford Now. I'm Mairead Cleary. Controversial demonstrator Tommy Robinson is planning a march at Salford's Media City this Saturday. The plan has been met with significant backlash due to Robinson's far-right views. Preparations have been ongoing in the area with barriers in place to facilitate the restricted crowd. Michael Adams joins us live from Media City. Michael, what's the reaction on the ground?
Well, many businesses at the nearby Lowry outlet are actually preparing for an increased footfall on Saturday. In fact, there was a consultation meeting held yesterday for those concerned business owners to express their views. Now, office workers have been advised not to come here unless absolutely necessary. They've actually been advised to work from home. Now, Salford University, they're actually closing their campus doors on Saturday, and BBC and Coronation Street studio tours have also been postponed just to ensure the safety of the guests.
And Michael, some outlets, media outlets, have estimated that the crowds will be up to 10,000. Is that estimation realistic?
Well, police have warned that there could be between 5,000 and 10,000 people coming to the site this weekend. However, if the protest that happened at the same site last weekend is anything to go by, there could be less than 50.
Right. And why is Tommy and his supporters, why are they demonstrating outside the BBC?
Well, BBC Panorama are actually conducting an investigation within their programme against Robinson's actions. So he's actually calling this protest BBC Pano Drama. So we'll have to wait and see how the weekend unfolds.
Well, thank you very much, Michael, for joining us. Now to some health news. A world-first scheme is being trialled right here in Salford. The creators of Dipstick hope that their home testing kit will reduce the number of visits patients have to make to a hospital and reduce NHS waiting times. Earlier, I spoke to Richard Chu, the app's designer. So joining me now is Richard Chu from healthy.io. Richard, firstly, thank you for joining me here today.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Well, firstly, I just want to ask you about this incredible project. What was your involvement in it?
Well, Healthy.io is a healthcare technology company that's partnered with doctors and nurses from Salford Royal Infirmary as part of a groundbreaking project to turn a smartphone, which we all have, into a medical device.
Brilliant. And can I just ask, why Salford? Why here?
This is an exciting project which takes forward a lot of homegrown medical talent that sits in Salford. What you probably don't appreciate is that Salford has been chosen to lead more than 50 world-class digital healthcare projects.
Oh.
And this is just one of them.
And I'm sure they must be used to these world-class projects. Have you received a good reception in the hospital and the nurses? Have they all welcomed the idea? Because it's very innovative.
It is. The nurses and doctors welcome anything that saves time and improves the patient experience. And this particular project has also won a lot of positive feedback from the patients.
Brilliant.
We've been working with so far.
And where do you see this project going further on, since you've seen such success with it so far?
Well, we're in early days, but even though it's in its infancy, this project is showing a lot of signs that will improve the patient experience, not just in Salford, but across the whole of the wider NHS.
That is brilliant. It's a fantastic project, and thanks so much for joining us here today. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
St Andrew's Church in Eccles provides both a social and artistic outlet every week for older members of the community at the Over 50s art workshops. Our reporter Lucy Clayton went to one of the classes to find out more.
This one's a dead simple, so it's just like you cut out the different sizes and then you gather them like that and they stick up.
Sewing, painting, card making and more, Salford residents have found a new lease of life through crafting. The Over 50s Arts and Crafts Workshop at St Andrew's Church in Eccles brings together like-minded creators who gather weekly to get involved in unique art projects. Vicky Ward, a local freelance artist from Start Inspiring Minds, runs the session every Tuesday with the hopes that more people are inspired by the art of crafting.
So the whole environment is here for people to come try something new, talk to people, and not everybody wants to join in. Some people are just here to have a chat, to meet up with friends or meet with new people, which is brilliant. It's just here, there's something for you to try, always something different, and it's nice to have a go at doing something and take something away with you as well.
So there are 10 of us here at today's workshop. We are making felt succulents and it's quite a challenge, but a lot of the people here find it's more beneficial for their brain. The more of a challenge, the more therapeutic and engaging it can be. As well as being an outlet for creative expression, a recent study showed that painting, drawing and sculpting in old age lowers the risk of developing the first signs of dementia by 73%. Those who crafted were 45% less likely to have mild cognitive impairment, while socialising lowered the risk by 55%. Two crafters were keen to speak to me about why they attend the workshop and the benefits it has had for them.
It gives you a lot of motivation, and it's surprising what you don't think you can do. You can do.
Over the last 12 months, we've, like Angela's just said, we've made friends, and partly it's social, not just the creativity of it, it's a social side as well. That I think that's one of the reasons we come anyway, and obviously learning new things.
So if you're over 50 and want to get involved in crafting, St Andrews is the place for you. Lucy Clayton, Salford Now.
In other news this week was Broughton Action Week. As part of the Green Fingers project, volunteers took part in various activities such as gardening and litter picking with the aim of maintaining Albert Park. The purpose of the project is to engage Salford residents in urban green spaces around the city. Salford City Council have highlighted the importance of donating to the charity A Bed Every Night. It aims to reduce rough sleeping in Greater Manchester and allow people to donate an amount of their choice. A £3 donation provides an evening meal in a shelter, £10 goes towards bedding and toiletries, while £30 helps pay for an evening meal and a bed for the night. The University of Salford are hosting a month-long Go Green initiative to help reduce environmental impact between 3 campuses around the city. Last year, the university produced an estimated 800 tonnes of waste, and the estates team want to reduce this by eradicating one-use plastics from the campus, as well as educating people on how to correctly recycle. Staff hope that the impact of the Go Green Salford campaign will properly inform local residents and spread to the wider Salford community. Ben Ibsen reports.
Neva Moore is working alongside the University of Salford to help raise awareness during their month-long Go Green project that aims to reduce environmental damage.
We've been working with DSAS, the Students' Union, Hill Park Rangers and Soul Food to bring even more activities. And today what we're doing is our Trailers Thursday event. So it's our recycling roadshow, and recycling can be really confusing, so we want to encourage people to do the right recycling at the university because it might be different to where they're doing it at home.
I went to speak to students at the University of Salford about their recycling habits.
I walk to uni every day.
And do you recycle?
I do recycle. I recycle plastics and cardboard.
And we were working with a women's centre in Eccles, and we were given surplus food by Fairshare, who work with collecting surplus food from local supermarkets so it isn't thrown away or burnt. So we just use that food to make.
A whole range of activities have been planned to raise awareness of sustainability issues and provide opportunities for you to get involved and take action.
We've got our Green Campus Group meeting next Tuesday, So we're applying for the Green Flag Award, which is like for open, publicly accessible green spaces. And part of that we want to involve the community more, so the staff and students, local community, in how we can improve those outside spaces. So we've got our second meeting of that on Tuesday, and you can register for that on Eventbrite. Previously we've mainly just done events on our own, so this is the first year we've opened it up to working with quite a few more people. So hopefully next year we can make it even bigger and better.
Time for sport now, and Manchester City's Raheem Sterling has been making headlines again, but for the right reasons this time. Owen here with more.
Thanks, Mairead. After scoring a late winner in Champions League last night against Schalke, Manchester City forward Raheem Sterling tweeted a joke with his fans about the newspaper back pages. Sterling has been critical of the mainstream media's treatment of him in the past over the purchase of a multi-million-pound home for his mother, a gun-shaped tattoo and shopping at Primark. He clearly welcomes a change of tune. Salford City FC plays host to Eastleigh Town on Saturday in the National League. Salford will be hoping to bounce back after losing the last 3 games, with the latest taking place in front of their new co-owner, David Beckham. Salford manager Graham Alexander said, "The time for taking's finished. I don't want to hear what we're going to do, what we might do, or what we might have done. It's about our actions now." And now for some rugby news. Salford Red Devils back row Jansen Turgut received a call-up to play for the Turkish national rugby team. The 22-year-old signed for the Red Devils in 2019 and qualifies to represent the nation through his father. Turgut is one of only a handful of players on the Turkish side who plays professionally. He said, "I felt privileged to be able to represent my roots and make my family and dad proud." So a proud moment for Salford as well as for the Turgut family. That's all for your sport for today.
Thanks, Owen. Well, it's certainly been a lot milder today. We even had some spring-like sunshine in Salford. Let's see what's in store for the rest of the week and into the weekend with Henry Martindale.
Thank you, Mairead. It was a cloudy start for most of Salford today, but the sun has certainly broken through, leaving the sky looking like a blue and white Dalmatian. Throughout the day, the sun is set to keep coming in waves, drifting in and out of the clouds. There'll be highs of 15 degrees, dropping in the evening as low as 5. The wind is more like a gentle breeze, making it a wonderfully mild and pleasant winter day. Friday now, and moving into the weekend, we are expecting even better weather. Highs of 16 are accompanied by scattered clouds and periods of sunshine. This mild winter is due to warm air being drawn up from West Africa. That's the latest. I'm Henry Martindale. Mairead.
Thanks a million, Henry. Well, looks like it's going to be a cracker of a weekend by the looks of it. Any plans?
I don't at the moment, but after seeing the weather forecast, I'm going to have to make some plans now.
Definitely.
What about you?
I'm definitely going to go down to the Lake District. I'm still a little bit of a tourist here, so I'm going to do all the best things that I can. Well, actually, I have a little bit of a plan as well. We're going to go on a hike down there as well, so in the sun, hopefully.
Nice. Is it your first time going there, or?
Yes, first time. Yeah,
Amazing.
So I can't wait. Hopefully
I've been there once there myself. It is really nice.
And they say it always rains there, so if we're lucky, we're lucky, that's it.
At least you're getting out of Manchester for the Tommy Robinson protest later on the weekend as well.
Wouldn't mind a rain shower. Well, that is all from us today. To keep up with the latest Salford stories, be sure to check out our website, salfordnow.co.uk, and follow our social medias at Salford Now. We'll be back next week with more. Goodbye. you.